Okay, good evening, everyone. I will call the Brunswick Hills Township Business Meeting to order. It is April 8th. It is 7 p.m. I'll note that this meeting has been properly advertised. If we could stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And if we could remain standing for a moment of silence for our troops and our first responders. Thank you. I'm not aware of any public presentations this evening. There are no minutes to approve. Moving on to department reports, zoning, please.
Nothing at this meeting.
Thank you. I have a question. We received from the zone, 2 recommendations from the zoning commission for approval for 2 site plans. My memory serves me correctly. I believe we have to have a public hearing on these. Is that correct?
I don't think so. These are site plan reviews from the zoning commission?
These are for the 2 fuel tanks, the above-ground fuel tanks that were being done for Oliveri and Hoffman. So, yeah, as far as I know, they went through the proper process.
Okay.
And it's now in our hands to either approve or deny, but zoning commission gave us 2 strong, positives that they are adhering to everything.
And they have the, was that something that, is there somebody from the zoning commission here?
Oh,
Mrs. Wetterman? Can you come up, please? I just have a couple of questions.
Patricia Wetterman, 1085 Substation Road, Brunswick Hills, Ohio, and I'm on the zoning commission.
Thank you. These are the fuel tanks, correct?
Correct.
And you guys reviewed everything that was presented. Do those fuel tanks have to be inspected?
the fire department.
The fire
is the one
department.
That originated all the communication
Okay,
and established their placement, what they had to be on, and how far they had to be from each building and other substructure on the property.
uh-huh,
And that's exactly what they did.
okay.
Yeah, I talked to the fire department also, and I talked to the zoning department, and they said everything was clear for them.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Patty.
Then I'll move to accept the recommendations of the zoning commission for the approval of the site plan for Oliveri and Son at 849 Marks Road.
I just have a question. Do we need the resolutions for these?
Probably.
Okay, okay. We'll do that next time? Or do them now?
Why don't we do them now? I do
Sure.
have the resolutions already
Okay,
made, I just don't have them.
okay. This way we can, something for the zoning file.
Yes, okay, so that would be resolution number 15, 2025,
Yeah.
and I'll call the roll. Oh, no, I need a second.
Yeah, I'll second that for Oliveri.
And then I'll call the roll. Tricka?
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Ryan?
Yes.
Okay. And then move on to resolution number 16-2025. I will also move to accept the recommendation from the zoning commission for the approval of the site plan for Hoffman Tree Service and Hoffman Outdoor Supply at 916 Pearl Road, and that would be resolution number 16.
I will second.
Ryan?
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Trika?
Yes.
Great.
Moving on to police.
I just have one request for the board tonight to approve the McDack grant. McDack grant offsets the officer's hours, total of 1,600 hours that I'm requesting from McDack to pay for the school resource officer to work in the Brunswick City School District. For many years, for 3 years, SRO Fisher has been assigned to that, and we've received the grant from McDack. This year, I'm requesting $57,360 in this application to be submitted to the county. And upon approval, hopefully we'll get some of those funds, and that offsets the school resource officer who's attending the schools and elementary schools.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
And Chief, does one of us have to sign?
Yes, there's fiscal officer needs to sign on
And?
page 3,
A
or section
trustee?
3.
Do the
Projected
trustees
budget.
have to sign it as well?
No. That's all I have. Thank you.
And I have an email that people watching online can't hear. Can't hear us.
Well, they can't.
No. I know my microphone's on.
Yeah.
So let me call the roll on this. Trika?
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Ryan?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, anything for fire this evening?
I just have the monthly report for fire. For the month of March 2015, there were 71 EMS calls, 40 fire calls for a total of 111 calls. Year-to-date, it's 401 total calls. EMS collections for the month of March was $29,003.35. Total for the year is $68,582.79. Mutual aid was given 9 times, and mutual aid was received 9 times. And notable incidents was odor of gas on Center Road between Substation and Marks, odor of gas in Mill Creek Development, and on March 3rd, there was a vehicle fire on I-71. And there was also a total of 235 hours training for the month of March.
Thank
That's
you.
it.
Service Department, please.
All right, we'll start off with the monthly report. 629.5 hours roads, 26 general, 32 fire, 1 police, for a total of 688.5. Some of the work completed was sign survey, township roads cold patched, trucks run on the highway for DEF, salt and plowed township roads, wash and wax all plow trucks. We fixed all plow damaged areas, cut down berm on Laurel, South Carpenter, Plum Creek, Substation, Sleepy Hollow, Kingsbury, and Foskett. We cut trees on Creekside and Baywood. Attended Safety Council. I completed the Moore grant for $1,000 worth of lights. Completed the 2025 Ohio E-Check for all township vehicles. And George helped train the fire department on chainsaw safety.
Awesome.
Great.
Next, I ask the board to accept Daniel Rowe's resignation letter.
I will move to approve the resignation of Daniel Rowe from the Service Department and thank him for his service.
Agree, and that was effective 3/29, correct?
328. Yep.
28, excuse me.
Yeah, I'll say thank you as well for his service and wish him nothing but the best.
Did you second that, Ryan?
I did not, but I will now. I will second accepting the resignation letter.
And I'll call the roll. I'll vote yes. Tricka?
Yes.
And Ryan?
Yes.
Next, I have a resolution for the 2026 ODOT road salt contract, which I would need autographs from the 3 trustees, and then I can get that sent in for a total of 1,800 tons of salt. We'll pre-order.
Corey, what did we use last year? Do you recall?
So I pre-ordered 850,
Okay.
and they changed it. We could go up to 115% of that, so
Okay.
it's 977, I believe. And we had 1,000 or about 900 ton in the salt shed.
Okay.
So 1,800 is what we touched, we'll say,
Okay.
and there's 400 left in the salt shed. So 1,400 we did last year.
Okay.
It was a rough winter.
Yeah.
And that would be resolution number 17.
Yep.
So are you offering it? Otherwise,
I will offer resolution number 17. Authorizing participation in the ODOT salt contracts.
I will second.
And I'll call the roll. Tricka?
Yes.
I'll vote yes. And Ryan?
Yes. Corey, how did you start that other grant that we had talked about for?
The sign safety?
The signage, yeah.
Yeah, I'm about 3 hours into the training videos that we have to start.
Okay.
So from there, then we go on to the next steps.
Okay. Excellent. Good stuff. Thank you.
And then lastly, there's a little quick addition. I'd like the board to look at an amendment for OPWC funding for Autumnwood. We'd like to add Rust Court to it. Basically, we're asking for more money to get more roads paved for this coming year. That I would just need all 3 signatures on that as well.
Okay. Then I will move to authorize the amendment to the original application to include a rustic court.
And I will second.
I'll call the roll. Ryan?
Yes.
Tricka?
Yes.
And I'll vote yes.
That is it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Corey.
Trustees report. Tricka? Is there anything?
No, I have nothing tonight.
Ryan?
No, nothing tonight, please.
Okay. Fiscal officers report. We have some things to approve. We also have checks here that need to be signed this evening. So I will move to approve the payment listing.
I have a note that they can't hear again.
Is it just the mics,
I
or just,
don't
are we not
know.
being loud enough?
I know my mic's working. I don't know if that one
Can you guys
was.
hear us?
I can't, but last week, when last meeting, I couldn't hear you at home. When I listened to it at home, I couldn't hear it that loud on my TV.
Okay, so that would be.
That
her.
would be, yeah.
Yeah. Let me go let her know.
Okay, please.
I used to get spanked by that. My daddy just whacked me. Aren't you listening? Well, I was trying, but it just didn't make sense. You deserved it. Every minute of it. I had my 4 years, and he always used to go, why don't you just do what he says? I said, it doesn't make sense. He said, yeah, but he ain't gonna tell me twice. I'm sorry. I think I grew up just like my dad.
Tom's watching it live stream. He says he can hear everything perfectly.
Okay,
If he bumps it up too much, it will distort everybody. So I asked him if there's a way he could just do a little bit for now, so that's what he's doing.
okay.
So I don't know, maybe
60 years of cleaning.
It is working. We have it. Hold on.
it's working well?
Thank you.
Okay, so maybe it's just somebody's connection or.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, where were we?
We are looking at the payment listing for today,
Okay,
post date of April 8th, in the amount of $69,307.09. I will move to approve.
okay,
I will second.
And I'll call the roll. Tricka?
Yes.
Ryan?
yes.
And I'll vote yes.
Okay.
Okay, moving backwards. We have a payroll listing. I'll move to approve the payroll listing. Now, there's several dates on here. 2/18, 3/19, 3/18, 3/28.
Three 319, 328.
Yep, that's it.
Yep, that's it.
all of them.
So I'll move to approve those.
And that was in the amount of 110,
Oh, yeah,
197.34?
yes.
Okay. Then I will second that.
I'll call the roll. Ryan?
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Tricka?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and then the payroll listing for next week, Tuesday, April 15th, in the amount of $86,242.05.
Okay.
I'll move to approve those as well,
I will second.
and I'll call the roll. I'll vote yes. Tricka?
Yes.
Ryan?
Yes.
Is there any old business? New business?
No.
Any miscellaneous or correspondence?
No.
No.
Okay, announcement of upcoming meetings. Excuse me, the next trustee meeting will be April 22nd. There is a comprehensive land use plan meeting for Monday, April 28th at 6:30. The zoning commission will meet May 1st. And is there business for the BZA? No business for the BZA for next month.
They've had an easy.
Is there any public input?
Catherine Esper, 4728 Forest Grove Drive. The first thing I want to ask, a couple weeks ago, I was here asking about the medical insurance and the excessive cost of it to taxpayers. And I was curious as to whether you've discussed it, if you're going to discuss it, with this being an election year with a couple of trustee seats and a fiscal officer up for reelection, it might show some goodwill to the residents of this community if we can get those taxpayer dollars down. Yes, no? No
We have not
discussion?
discussed it yet. I'm sure it's something that we will. It's been a little bit of a
It's been
fire.
very hectic.
It's been a little crazy here, so yes.
The next thing I just wanted to point out, in case you were unaware of, is that you appointed the police administrative assistant as fiscal officer. And according to the Ohio Revised Code 511.13, she cannot get paid for an employee position while she's doing the fiscal officer position. You know that.
We discussed it.
Okay, all right, just checking. I also did a public records request last week for everything related to the investigation that was going on. I have not received anything, and I still want that. And the last thing I want to mention is that, I don't know where you are today, but I know for a fact that 2 payroll periods had passed, and the township has not made any payroll tax payments to the taxing entities. And they will come back and they will penalize us. And that means the township residents, once again, will have to pick up penalties out of our taxpayer dollars. Has the taxes been paid now?
We're working on everything, Catherine. I mean, it's been a challenge.
This didn't happen in the first place, we wouldn't be in this situation. Thank you.
Mike Gillespie, I own 2 properties, one on Grafton and one on McKinley. And first of all, I'd like to say the gentleman who was here at the last meeting from Brunswick and was concerned about what's going on the property on Pearl, that it could affect Brunswick City, that he was concerned. He should be more concerned about the people in the hills having water and the city holding them hostage. Don't tell us what to do with our land when they're holding us hostage on water. They want us to work with them on land, but they don't want to work with us on water? No. And then the second thing, I think you're all doing a good job. I think we have the best police chief we could have. I've been here when the police chief got caught drinking in the township car.
Not this one.
No, not him. I'm saying in the past. He did 2 other things. I don't have to bring all the dirt up. But this chief is straight. You go to him, he'll give you a straight answer. Thanks. I never had a problem with him. And for number 2, if somebody in the audience is concerned about some taxes on some permits that the township losing on, well, when her husband was on the board, there was a member of the service department that was taking metal, selling it. I brought it up, and he said, well, he took some metal in for himself, so here's $14 that Brian gave us for the metal. Hundreds of dollars worth of metal. Then he looked at the officer, which wasn't you, and says, can we do something to him because he was trespassing on the Hills Township property? What's he doing snooping around? He's worried about me snooping around when somebody's taking stuff from the hills? We're worried about taxpayer dollar? I don't think so. And again, you guys are doing a great job. We got the best chief we ever had. I've been here 30 plus years. So.
Anyone else?
Some of us are worried about taxpayers.
Linda Hudson,
Husband getting ready.
314 Pearl Road, Brunswick Hills. I have several things that I'd like to discuss this evening. The first is a little lesson in history, if you'll allow me a few moments.
Excuse me, Linda. One meeting, please.
In the past, as a community, we have not had the opportunity or the funds to establish a sense of unity and a central location to celebrate the milestones of the history of Brunswick Hills Township. The census data from 2023 indicates that there are approximately 11,269 residents, of which there are 5,546 registered voters reported in the 2024 general election. That's a pretty good percent, at almost 50% of our residents being registered voters. That says a lot about Brunswick Hills Township. Our residents are interested in their community and want to actively participate in the things that happen in our community. Most of the founders of Brunswick Hills Township has passed on. The newspapers that were once delivered on a daily basis to each household has been eliminated. Daily and weekly news is now delivered by social media, and our trustees record the regular meeting via the Brunswick area television. Even with that, at best estimate, they only reach about 25% of the population. The 50th anniversary of the founding of Brunswick Hills Township was documented in a news article by Sam Boyer in 2010. And even at that time, it was noticed that the people still did not know if they resided in Brunswick City or Brunswick Hills. Sam's birthday was on April 5th. We'd like to say happy birthday to Sam and send out a thank you to her for her dedication and preservation of historical records that have helped to document the history of Brunswick Hills Township. Happy birthday, Sam. We hope you had a wonderful day. Absolutely well-deserved. A great journalist. Several residents have also asked how the streets were named in Brunswick Hills Township. Medina County Commissioner Steve Hambley's new book on the Interurban Railway may shed some light on this. I heard that the book explains Substation and Station Road quite well. My husband, Billy, being a longtime resident in Brunswick Hills and the former road foreman in the community, had the experience of actually digging up history. He and Denny Kerwin removed the remaining railroad ties and rail that were in front of the police station when the new construction of the police station was completed. Denny drove his old off-brand tractor, which he called Old Blue, to the area. Billy brought his backhoe. He and Billy removed the remnants that was the interurban railway that passed through Brunswick Hills Township. We've been informed that Steve Hambley's book is going to be coming out, so it includes Brunswick Hills Township. We're anxiously awaiting the release of the book, and we hope that he will let us know so that we can all purchase a copy. I think that was fun things for this evening. The second thing I have is a response to statements that are presented at the meeting regarding insurance compensation for the employees of Brunswick Hills Township. I did a little research, and this is kind of for medical and also for life insurance. And as a township resident and taxpayer, I have no problem with the trustees' decisions adequately compensating the high-risk employees with a reasonable insurance policies. It is standard practice for life insurance to offer an employee in these positions the best insurance policy that a township can offer to afford. In most cases, the employees are compensated for life insurance at a rate of double their salary, and it is not unreasonable to expect that our township can offer the same. I am sure that you've seen public service announcements, signage, and other warnings about slowing down, being alert when driving in work zones to avoid injuring or killing road workers. The statistical reports state that between 2016 and early May of 2021, that there were 27,485 traffic crashes in Ohio work zones alone. While workers are at special risk in these incidents, they're far from the only ones being injured or killed in work zone accidents. For the road department alone, Ohio work zone accident statistics showed that in 2019, Ohio hit an all-time high number of work zone accidents. There were 6,574 in a single year. Those crashes resulted in 1,121 injuries and 16 deaths. 2 of those were road workers. I can't imagine any of our high-risk employees not being fully compensated to the best ability of our township. It is unclear whether at this point it represents an improvement or simply the result of lower traffic volume during the pandemic. I fully support the decisions of the board regarding compensation for the high-risk, at-risk employees in any of our departments. I understand that there's also a concern about a transient vendor registration. When originally the transient vendor permit was initiated here in the township, it was not meant to be a moneymaker. It was initiated so that when we had a transient vendor, the police department could identify the person, find out if they had health department licenses. It was a one-time fee, not a recurring yearly fee for every vendor that was here in the community. Most of the transient vendors were food truck operators at that time. I don't know about it now, but they were required to have a health department license through the state and the county. Our transient vendor permit was not meant to be another layer of government permits. It was only initiated to help identify a vendor that is doing business in our community so that the police department could keep tabs on people who come into our community to do business. That's all I have for this evening, but I think we're on the right track. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
Billy Hudson, 314 Pearl Road. I was here when this town had a constable. No cops at all. You call the constable, you might get him out, and you might not. Then we started the police department around here. Then let me tell you something. The best police department I have seen in 50 years is sitting right there. And you guys are doing a good job. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Billy.
Is there anyone else?
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Beth Klein, 4643 Ruby Lane. I got into some online chatter about the property across from Market 42. So because of that, I figured I might as well show up and say my name, get it on record. You know, I understand the city coming in, representing their thoughts and what their residents want, but it's the hills. And I really think that there's a line that can be crossed very easily once we have another city demanding what our property owner is wanting to do. So instead of keep on doing online chatter, I figured I would just ask a question. How can the community support this property owner and make sure that there's no bullying, no pressure? Because it really did bother me seeing what he posted on Facebook, that he apologizes, it was kind of cringy for me. Someone shouldn't have to post on Facebook that they're feeling a certain way. So I defer to you if you have suggestions on how we can support that.
Ryan?
I mean, I think, well, first of all, it's fantastic you're doing this. And I think that most residents in the township feel exactly the way that you do. And I think, so the landowner, his name is Vel, very nice gentleman. I think Vel saw the outcry of support. And I've been in constant communication with him, and I made sure that he was reading all of those comments. And he sent me a very nice note about a week ago saying that through support of our zoning, through, us talking with him, hearing from the community, he is steadfast and very centered on going through with this project. So I would say, in order to help support him, if you know of anybody that is looking to store a vehicle, pardon me, that, please make sure that they're getting in touch with him when the time is right. And, let's support this man through business and letting him know that the township stands behind him.
Great. Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Kimberly Bublik, 501 Topaz Lane, here in the township. I'm coming to the microphone because I don't like the chatter in the back room all the time. So if you got something to say, stand in front of the microphone and say it. I just have a couple of comments too about some things that have been said. I want to make sure that everyone is aware that in the past, part-time fiscal officers have taken advantage of the insurance that was given, and while they had full-time jobs on top of that, so with insurance. So I think we need to take into consideration some of these things that have been happening and make sure that we're getting the full story on everything. Also, we've had some issues with, sadly,
a former township employee being hired as an assistant after they were convicted of voter fraud, which is a felony in the state of Ohio. So while we're spewing this needs to be done and that needs to be done, we know you guys are doing the right thing. We know that the three of you are trying really hard. We know that the departments are trying really hard. And I want you to know that most of the township is definitely supporting you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ron Wetterman, 1085 Substation Road, Brunswick Hills, Ohio. And I want to compliment the Hills for allowing anybody to come up and speak, whether they're from the city or the township. The city does not reciprocate with that. If you're from the Hills, you don't get a chance to talk. So for him to come here and give us holy hell about what we do or what our landowners do with their property, I don't appreciate. Especially when the city has their own problems. They lease a piece of property from the county park district at the corner of Wolf Drive and Substation. That is a lease, and there are portions of that lease that they had to sign saying they would maintain certain items. One, of course, is the mowing of the grass along Wolf Road, but they also signed to get rid of the old sewer plant 5 that they simply buried and never cleaned out. They can now not sell the property because nobody else can come in and clean it out. They have to do it. It's in the lease. So I think they need to solve those problems. And when I complain about their stormwater coming on my property because they don't clean their storm ditch, I'm told I should annex to the city and then they'll fix my problem. End of my rant. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wetterman.
And he's right about that, because the property that he's talking about was right at the corner, and Brunswick Hills had it for years. Then the city, they took it. I mowed the whole thing. They just touch it and run.
Okay, anybody else? Well, thank you, everybody, for coming this evening. So I will move that we go off camera for the purpose of signing our checks. And I don't believe we have an executive session tonight, do we?
No.
Nope, so we're just going to go off camera and sign the checks?
Yep.
And we'll be out of here.
I will second that, noting a time of 7:38.
7:38. Good night, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.